If you are looking for ways to increase your productivity and focus, you should know that several tools and methods are available. But if you are not prepared and focused on this, it will be tough to be more focused and productive. That is why we are going to show you 5 very powerful mental techniques that few people know about to increase your focus and productivity, all in a very practical way that works. Technique 1. Mindfulness, also known as full attention. In short, it is the practice of making us be in the present, in the most conscious way possible, focusing our attention on each situation, movement, breathing, events, among others. In addition, mindfulness connects thought with the action itself. In this way, our psychology will work on disciplining the mind with the aim of increasing focus. This way, it will be possible to put aside distractions, external thoughts, and previous feelings. As a result, you will be able to feel, listen, and fully experience the present situation. And by working on this technique, you will have several benefits, such as empathy, self-knowledge, patience, self-control, and productivity. Technique 2. Chrono working, biological clock. In short, this is a concept that proposes organizing work activities according to each person's biological clock, instead of following a traditional work schedule. For example, fixed working hours for everyone in the company. In other words, chrono working proposes flexible working hours, which vary according to each person's biological clock, to take advantage of each individual's peak performance moments. This means adjusting work schedules, breaks, and specific tasks based on each professional's natural times of greatest and least productivity. In this way, the goal is to optimize the efficiency and well-being of workers, always respecting their biological rhythms. In other words, chrono working serves to maximize productivity and well-being by aligning your professional responsibilities with your biological clocks. All of this is synchronized with your state of mind. Technique 3. Don't procrastinate. This technique seems basic, but many people don't realize that they are procrastinating in their daily lives. In practical terms, procrastinating is a behavior to postpone something that we have to resolve, but we leave it to deal with later or at another time. In other words, everything that you can do now, but postpone for some reason, means procrastinating. When you procrastinate, instead of working on important and meaningful tasks, you find yourself doing other activities that may not be as valuable. In other words, it is failing to focus on what matters. For example, imagine an entrepreneur who needs to put together a presentation to get investors for her business. However, she leaves it for later and prefers to do something else that would not be a priority at that moment, like watching a movie or browsing her social networks. And in the following days, she does the same thing and does not finish her presentation. In other words, she is procrastinating with a task that could be essential for her own future. Did you notice that in this example, the entrepreneur left important tasks for later? This delays the progress and completion of work, causing her goals and objectives to not be achieved. That is why it is very important to always combat procrastination. And to do so, you need to have a very well-prepared mindset for these possible situations, which often happens without us realizing it. Technique 4. Positive visualization. Positive visualization is a mental technique that involves creating vivid and detailed mental images of a desired future. In other words, it is a way of using your mind to prepare yourself for success, strengthening confidence, motivation, and focus. The central idea of positive visualization is that, by imagining yourself experiencing a successful situation, your brain begins to familiarize itself with that reality, which increases the likelihood of it coming true. This is because our subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. When you visualize something clearly and emotionally, you are training your brain to act according to that mental image. If you want to know more about this technique, write here in the comments positive visualization, because if there are enough comments, we will develop a video to explain this subject. 5. Mental health. As we said before, if your mind and head are not healthy, none of the techniques will work, because in short, mental health is related to how a person reacts to the demands of life, as well as dealing with their desires, ambitions, emotions, abilities, and ideas, among others. In other words, having mental health is being well with yourself and with others too. And in the same way, being able to deal well with the demands of life. Therefore, without good mental health, possible problems can appear, such as depression, anxiety, panic syndrome, stress disorder, and even burnout syndrome. You can be sure that with good mental health, good things will appear and continue to be present in our lives, both personal and professional. For example, well-being, disposition, productivity, and focus on high and happiness. And just to recap what we talked about here, mindfulness, biological clock, don't procrastinate, positive visualization, mental health.
We hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to know more about how to set up and manage your own business, visit our YouTube channel where we have several videos about this subject, and if you liked it, share this video with your friends and family to help them too. Thanks and see you next time.